Did you know that every year, thousands of people around the world die from food-related illnesses? It's a shocking statistic, but it's true. And while we all love to indulge in our favorite foods, some of them can actually be deadly if not prepared or consumed properly. So, in today's video, we're going to take a closer look at 11 foods that can kill you. From common staples to exotic delicacies, these foods might surprise you. So, stay tuned and learn how to protect yourself from the dangers that can lurk in your plate. Number 1. Rhubarb. Who knew that this innocent-looking vegetable could be so dangerous? Rhubarb leaves contain oxalic acid, which can cause kidney damage, seizures, and even death. But before you swear off rhubarb pie forever, don't worry. As long as you stick to eating the stalks, you're safe. So go ahead and enjoy that delicious rhubarb dessert. Just make sure to leave the leaves alone. Number 2. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are a delicious snack, but they also come with a hidden danger. They contain high levels of radioactive radium. Don't worry, you're not going to turn into the Hulk after eating a few of these nuts, but consuming too many could expose you to harmful levels of radiation. So, indulge in moderation. Before we move on to our next topic, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please consider giving it a thumbs up and hitting the subscribe button so you'll be notified each time we upload a new video. Number 3. Nutmeg. Who doesn't love the warm, comforting flavor of nutmeg? But did you know that this spice can be deadly in high doses? Eating just 2 teaspoons of nutmeg can cause hallucinations, seizures, and even death, so sprinkle it on your eggnog in moderation and don't go overboard. Number 4. Ackee. Ackee is a fruit that's popular in Jamaica, but it also happens to be one of the deadliest foods out there. The fruit contains a toxin called hypoglycin, which can cause vomiting, seizures, and even death. So if you're ever offered ackee, make sure it's properly prepared and don't eat the seeds or the unripe fruit. Number 5. Fugu. Fugu, also known as pufferfish, is a delicacy in Japan, but it's also one of the most dangerous foods in the world. The fish contains a toxin called tetrodotoxin, which can cause paralysis, seizures, and even death. Chefs who prepare fugu must be specially trained and licensed to ensure that they remove the poisonous parts of the fish. So, if you're ever in Japan and feel like trying fugu, make sure to choose a reputable restaurant. Number 6. Cassava. Cassava is a starchy root vegetable that's popular in many parts of the world, but it also contains a toxin called linamarin. If cassava isn't properly prepared, it can release cyanide, which can cause headaches, vomiting, and even death. So if you're ever offered cassava, make sure it's cooked thoroughly and that the skin and the bitter inner core are removed. Number 7. Elderberries. Elderberries are often used in teas and syrups to boost the immune system, but they also contain cyanide-inducing compounds that can cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. So if you're using elderberries, make sure to cook them thoroughly and don't eat them raw. Number 8. Raw honey. Raw honey is a delicious and nutritious sweetener, but it can also be deadly for infants. Honey can contain spores of Clostridium botulinum, which can cause infant botulism. So if you have a baby under 1 year old, make sure to avoid giving them raw honey. Number 9. Blood clams. Blood clams, also known as bloody clams, are a popular delicacy in China, but they can also be deadly. The clams can carry hepatitis A, E, and other harmful viruses that can cause liver cancer and other serious health problems. If you're ever offered blood clams, make sure they're cooked thoroughly and that they come from a reputable source. Number 10. Potatoes. Yes, even the humble potato can be dangerous if not prepared properly. Potatoes contain solanine, which is a toxic substance that can cause nausea, vomiting, and even death. But don't worry, as long as you cook your potatoes properly and avoid eating them when they've turned green, you'll be safe. Number 11. Hot dogs. Last but not least, we have hot dogs. While they may not be as exotic as some of the other foods on this list, hot dogs can be deadly if not prepared and stored properly. Hot dogs can contain listeria, a bacteria that can cause flu-like symptoms and even death. So, if you're a fan of hot dogs, make sure to cook them thoroughly and store them properly. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. Please feel free to leave a comment below. If you found this content informative and entertaining, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, so you'll never miss out on our future videos.